Many people believe that in order to completely change their lives, they need to adopt a lot of new positive habits. But the truth is, unless you quit the things that no longer serve you, it becomes very difficult to make long lasting and meaningful changes. In this video, I'm going to talk about 7 things that I had to quit to truly change my life. Quitting these things gave me a clean slate, and in many ways, letting them go was more important than adding new habits. Before I proceed, please note that I have added timestamps so that you can jump to whichever topic that interests you the most. I have been guilty of this before until I became aware and found ways to be intentional about my phone usage. The best way I found to quit mindless scrolling was by uninstalling social media apps from my phone and by taking regular social media detoxes. A study done by Vogel showed that mindless scrolling increases upward social media comparison, where individuals compare themselves with the idealized representation of others online. This often leads to lower self-esteem and dissatisfaction with one's own life. Initially, while taking social media detox, I would experience withdrawal symptoms, but meditating regularly helped me to overcome it. Now, when I install social media apps on my phone, I make sure that I have something purposeful to share so that I can set aside limited time to use them intentionally and not whenever I feel like using them. Deleting such apps makes them less accessible and reduces our urge for mindless scrolling. Since adopting these changes, I have seen significant improvement in my mental well-being and my productivity. I feel more present in my daily life, less anxious, and more in control of my time. Without the constant distractions from social media, I have been able to focus better on my personal goals and have meaningful interactions with people around me. Whenever things go wrong or out of our control, it seems like we can do nothing but complain about it. After all, it gives us the immediate satisfaction of being victim to our circumstances. But I had to quit this habit in order to take responsibility of my emotions. Complaining makes us less powerful and more of a negative person, reinforcing the belief that we are helpless in the face of challenges. I quit this habit by becoming self-aware whenever I found myself complaining and by practicing gratitude regularly. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, I started to intentionally focus on things to appreciate even in difficult situations. This shift has increased my happiness level and made me realize that my happiness is not tied to external circumstances but the way I respond to them. By letting go of complaints, I have gained a greater sense of control over my emotions and have become more solution focused. This has allowed me to grow through challenges rather than feel defeated by them. It is easier than ever to find sources of entertainment these days. Movies, award functions, dance performances, and comedy shows are easily accessible. If we have a bad day at office, the quickest way to lift our mood seems to be choosing a form of entertainment. While it can change our mood instantly, it can also distract us from deeper issues that are waiting to be addressed. We must give ourselves the freedom to fully feel our emotions and work through them, rather than seeking for a quick fix. No form of entertainment can provide us with true happiness. It can only offer us temporary escape. After all, our real life seems to be very boring in comparison to the vibrant world of entertainment. However, this remains a virtual reality and devoid of truth. Getting trapped in entertainment simply wastes our time and diverts us from being purposeful. Instead, I choose to watch movies which are meaningful and also offer valuable lessons. In doing so, I not only appreciate the creativity that is involved, but also save my time by engaging with content that enriches my life. There are many influencers on YouTube and Instagram, those who create fashion haul videos. And whenever I watch them, I found this urge to buy something new. Most of the items in these hauls seem to be so appealing that I didn't even realize that there was no genuine need to buy them. Influencers are often paid to promote these products, and their goal is not to care about you, but to care about what drives their sales. This cycle of buying things only because they seem to be trendy and appealing promotes consumer consumerism, and consumerism is something that keeps you poor. The real value of money is not in how much you can buy, but in how intentionally you can use it to improve your life. I have become more mindful of the content I consume because many years ago there was a saying, you are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. In today's digital era, one could safely say you are the average of 5 creators whose content you consume. I have quit watching news on daily basis or keeping updates on current events. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against watching news entirely, but doing so regularly can negatively impact your mental health. There are so many things happening in the world, most of which are beyond our control. Often after 15 to 20 minutes of news consumption, I would feel unexplainable emotions of fear and anxiety. Many news channels tend to frame stories that benefit them, subtly shaping our perceptions that aligns with their agendas. This creates a dependency on these outlets for forming our views, often distorting our understanding of these events. Instead of making independent judgments, we become reliant on the perspectives they present. Since I've stopped watching news regularly, I have seen significant improvement in my mental health. I have become more peaceful and focused on things within my control. I have become more intentional about the information I consume, which allows me to stay informed on important topics without feeling overwhelmed by constant updates or manipulated narratives. Shifting from self-criticism to self-compassion has significantly boosted my self-confidence, and journaling my thoughts has been a key in making this shift. We are often conditioned to strive for perfection, and when we fail to meet the standards that are set for us, it can lead to self-criticism, which leads to negative self-talk. It takes certain level of awareness to recognize your internal dialogue and how it affects your mindset. Negative self-talk often stems from unrealistic expectations, self-comparison, and societal pressures. When I became more mindful of my thoughts, I realized how harsh I was on myself. Journaling allowed me to confront these negative thought patterns and replace them with more understanding and compassionate thoughts. There were days when my schedule was completely packed, keeping me busy most of the time. While I thought that being productive meant filling every hour in your schedule, it eventually became overwhelming, making it difficult to find time for myself. This constant busyness kept me feeling burned out. Now I have made it priority to schedule blank days or blocks of time where I can focus only on myself. These moments allow me to recharge, reflect, and take care of my mental and physical health. By intentionally creating space in my schedule, I have learned that productivity doesn't just come from doing more, but by balancing effort with rest. Having blank days helps me to maintain clarity and prevent burnout. If you like to see more videos, check the ones which I've pinned here.